Well, welcome back, my Duelist friends. If you guys saw my Utopia build earlier today, I did say I was going to do a couple test hands and kind of work over the combos here with you, and I am going to do that. Before I do that, for those of you who haven't seen it already, I had to proxy up 2 copies of Double or Nothing because my order did not arrive quite yet. So these 2 are still in the post on their way here. So I just turned 2 cards around today. I do not like doing that. I don't know. I feel like if you're going to profile something, you really need to have the actual cards in your hand. It's just my style. It's just the way I like to do things. But let's show you some of the sample paths to where you should end up with some Utopia plays. So essentially what we want to do is we always want to go second, and we want to be able to attack into a monster and end it with a single attack. One of my favorite methods is you really want to be able to play Utopia Double off of boarding any 2 level 4s. You want to activate his effect, go into your deck, get yourself a copy of Double or Nothing, and then immediately go into any Utopia Xyz monster. Now, generally what I will do is I will go for Lightning. Lightning will now be at 5,000, and if I can board up a regular Utopia next to it, I can then negate his attack while doubling him over again to 10,000 with an unrespondable effect. And again, as long as our opponent has something that's 2,000 or less. But in this instance, we still have another monster worth 25. So it's not unreasonable to say that we can do over 10,000 damage in a turn. The problem here is, or the gimmick, is that when you use double, the monster that is doubled cannot attack directly. So we do need an attack target, and we would prefer it to be an attack position. Otherwise, the pump really doesn't matter. Outside of that, really, the combos kind of write themselves. You play Unexpected Die just to get in real quick with a quick normal. If you drew into your Rescue Rabbit, you want to play that. Honestly, setting up Dolka instead of Logia might help you play through hand traps better. And I know that Nibiru and Ash Blossom really tear this deck a new one. So honestly, very glass cannon, very fragile, very strong. And because of that, you really want to be aware of that, which is why I went with the Dino Rabbit variant. One of the things I almost misspoke on when I was doing the deck profile was I was like, oh, yeah, you could bring out Rescue Rabbit from Summoner Monk. And no, you never could. This guy cannot be special summoned from the deck. So we do have to rely on drawing into him. Or getting him banished. And one of the ways that we're going to do that is playing Desires and then DDR. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start shuffling. And I'm just going to do it on camera this time instead of pausing. And again, for those of you who watched the first video today, the actual deck profile here, thank you for the birthday wishes already. That seems to be already coming in on the comments, and that really means a lot. And if you're just hearing about it now because this is just the video that ended up getting tossed into your feed notifications, well, I just turned 33, so I'm the ripe old geezer now. And it is what it is, guys. I'm having a lot of fun. We're coming up on the 1-year anniversary of this channel here at the end of August. And we're getting dangerously close to breaking 1,000 subs before then, which is kind of been a silent goal of mine since January. But when I announced my goals, it was 500 by the end of the year, and you guys smashed that in May. And then I honestly said 1,000 by the end of the year would also be really cool, but you guys might get me 1,000 before my 1-year anniversary, which would be amazing. Be the best gift ever. We're just going to toss that back in there, that little Double or Nothing proxy. And let's just see what a couple test hands don't do for us. There's not a lot of link climb in this. Again, if you want to see the actual, the whole profile, go check it out. It is on the channel. It came up earlier this morning. Morning for me. A lot of you guys are in other time zones, and I think that's also really cool, being acknowledged by people from everywhere. So let's see what we get, right? So again, going second, just gold fishing it. We're going to have our 5. We're going to have our draw. And let's see what we can't do. So, we got a double summon, a dark hole, a desires, Goblinberg, and Cabazals. So we can create a Utopia, obviously, right off the rip. Normal summon, special summon, overlay, all that. We get another dark hole, kind of inopportune. Again, if they have like a huge board that maybe you just want to break, you could. You do have the dark holes. But what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and hit the pot of desires and banish 10. Now, I'm going to show you guys what we're banishing. So there's 2, 4, 6, 8, still clumpy, 9, and 10. So that's 1 for 1. That's 2, or sorry, not 1 for 1. That's both of my double or nothing proxies, which means we still have double or nothing somewhere. Again, as we get banished face down, we do get to pick up R2. We get another double summon. And we got the double or nothing. So we really don't need to go into Utopia double at this point. And this is an example of a brick. While you can play Utopia and you can block yourself, he'll only get up to 5k. So in this case scenario, you might as well detonate the field with the dark hole, play through, go into your Utopia, double or nothing, rip off material, and then just see what you can do from there. So that one is a brick, but clearly my shuffling wasn't good enough because those rabbits were right on top of each other. And it was not drawing like that during play tests, so that's my bad. Always having my decks a little too organized. And I'm shuffling off screen again like an idiot. I apologize. All right. Okay, and then a cut. Draw. 2, 3, 4, 5. Opening draw. See, this is what I was getting more or less. We got Goblinberg. We got a rabbit. We got our double or nothing. We got our pot of desires. So really what we want to do is we want to set up our play first. So the first thing you need to do is play the unexpected die because it's the best play. And it doesn't matter what you go for. If you're looking for some power, go ahead and get your Saber Source. I guess I get a free shuffle, even though I'm literally just going to go back into my deck. So that's a special summon. That's 1. Goblinberg for rabbit. Goblinberg to defense. You're going to invoke Rabbit's effect, banishing it. Boop. Which is going to allow us 2 of the same name. Now, you could go for the Saber Source. It doesn't matter. I'm personally going to just grab the Cabazals. This way I can show off all the different cards that were in the deck. So now we got 4 monsters on board, which means we can go full combo. And honestly, I would set that up before you start drawing more. Obviously, if your opponent also had an Ash Blossom for you at any point, you guys had a Call by the Grave from the start with the way that this hand worked. So, not terrible. And cut. So, we still got that. We still got our double or nothing. And again, this right here would be our Dolka. Because again, I'd be more worried about hand trap monster effects. And then we could hold off on making him for like another 2 seconds. Or you guys could just do it to get it over with. At which point you're going to overlay these. Go into double. Rip material. And again, it doesn't matter. So let's get rid of the Saber Source. Just in case we end up drawing the Monster Reborn. We'll go ahead and get our double or nothing from our build. From our deck. Now we could choose the one that's on the bottom, but I would choose to have the one with the actual text on it. If we could find it. Boom. There it is. Give it another light shuffle. And a cut. Ah, that's disappointing. Instant fusion on the bottom. So now we got the card. We know that we're going to be doing what we want to do. Now, honestly, you're going to have to go Utopia because you can't guarantee that you can create a third Xyz setup. And then we're going to go Pot of Desires. So then we're going to banish 10. So here's the 10 we're losing. 2, 4. Good thing we didn't bank on that. 6, 8. Whoop, that's one too many. And 10. So a whole lot of something. Again, that would be banished face down. Then we get to draw our 2. So we're going to get a Reborn Tengu and an Unexpected Die. So it's a good thing we didn't try. We would have failed. And now what you have is you still have 2 monster negates, a hand trap monster negate, and we have this guy at 5k. Now again, if our opponent has a monster, we are set. It just has to be 2k or less. And in this instance, the thing could actually be up to 4k. It could be up to a god strength. Because when we attack, what we're going to do is we're going to pitch material. Again, doesn't matter what the material is going to be this time. We'll negate our own attack. Then when we do this, we can do this and give the monster another attack. Now, something I didn't bother to check is whether or not we can add multiple copies into the same instance. Because if you could, I guess it would double twice, and it would start at 5, 10, 20, and then have a 2300 follow-up. I don't think it works that way. So it'd be 10,000 and get to attack again. Additionally, when Dolka goes to attack, we can block that attack. We can use the other double or nothing on Dolka. So that is also a very good possibility, and then Dolka would be at 46 for that swing. So you could do that too. That's the move I would actually make because it's the one I know that actually works. So on our second game, we were able to perform out the Dolka Utopia. I'm going to go one more test hand, and then I'm going to let you guys go. And then you guys can go and enjoy the rest of your day. And hopefully maybe test this thing out for yourselves. Again, if there's some cards in here that you just don't agree with, just remember, my decks are generally just templates. I just want to show you what I can do and what works for my personal playstyle. But what works for me isn't always going to work for everybody. And I do want to encourage you guys to get out there and experiment with it. Change some stuff up. Maybe you guys will, turn me on to a new tech card. And then I'll be playing the deck better myself. So as long as we all work together, we'll all grow together. Okay, so last test hand, going second. Because again, this deck does not fare well going first. All right. And cut. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And our draw. And our deck. And the hand is 1 Cabazals, 1 Goblinberg, Pot of Desires, Unexpected Die, Pot of Desires. Kind of hoping I get into my Summoner Monk, if we're being honest. Draw. Okay. So that's cool. Again, you're going to want to start playing rapidly. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to use our Unexpected Die. And one of the things we're going to need to do is play into a dinosaur. Because what we're really going to need to do is summon Dino, Goblinberg, Summoner Monk, pitch 1, make sure that we get another Dino. Goblinberg and Summoner Monk and the 2 Dinos will give us our Dolka Utopia before we end up banishing 10 off our deck. So since it's Cabazals here, it doesn't matter which one we grab, just whatever we find first. Looks like Sabersaurus. Shuffly, shuffly, shuffle. And cut. Yeah, Cabazals. Okay, discard pile. Goblinberg. Yes to special summon. Click. They both click, actually. Goblinberg by his own effect and Summoner Monk when played. Summoner Monk's effect, discard spell, special summon from deck. Again, doesn't matter. It's right there. Play it. Cabazals. And this will let us go into Dolka. And again, because we went to Dolka on the 5th, Dolka would be able to respond to Nib. So we're clear of Nibiru at this point. Obviously, Ash would have decimated us by now on the Summoner Monk effect. And cut. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to go into our Dolka first. So now we're protected. I'm going to go into my double. Double gets us double or nothing. Again, I'm just going to grab for the one that actually has text. Not sure what's up with all the clumping today. Of course, it doesn't matter. When the deck's working, the deck's working. So there's my double or nothing. Give it a real good shuffle this time because we're about to banish some stuff. It's in my hand just in case you guys can't see because I'm shuffling right there. Shuffly, shuffly, shuffle. And then, of course, cut. Goblinberg on the bottom. I don't know why I'm always checking the bottom. This is going to allow us to play our Pot of Desires now. So now we're going to banish 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 10. So we lost Tengu, Monk, Die, Rabbit, DDR, Sabersaurus, Rabbit, Sabersaurus, Double Summon. A lot of that I could do without. However, if we do pop the other DDR, we will be able to bring back Rabbit and actually go ahead and resolve it. And this would be an instance where we would get all three. And I'm not too sure why I didn't put my Utopia on top of that. I realized I would have missed timing anywhere else, but not today, kids. 2 Dark Holes. That's odd. Oddly specific. And then again, same move as last time, we only have the single double or nothing spell. So again, whoops, got a little excited there and hit the camera. So again, we are able to generate a Dolka and a Utopia. Utopia is at 5k due to double. Will attack a monster, will negate its own attack. Will double or nothing it to 10k with a follow-up 2300. And again, anything upwards of a god level card at 4,000, we just declared victory as long as they didn't have hand traps, or in this case, real traps. But monsters, once Dolka's on the field, don't really seem to matter too much. Again, I do hope that you guys enjoyed this. And if you did, and if this helps, maybe consider hitting the subscribe button if you haven't already. And of course, let your friends know. And then the most important thing is you guys have a great day. See you guys in the next video. I got Spriggans and I got Security Force coming up. And I'm still working on a speed duel deck. I'm going to have to change the way that it was requested to make it work. Because I honestly can't make it work the way that it stands. So another few days on that and I should have that out. I'll see you guys later. Peace.